Guys, I'm back and I'm hunting for soil again. This time I'm in my new home. This is Denmark, Northern Europe, zone. I don't know the zone. It's cold as f. All right, but this is where I live now. And well, here's the update. Update to the channel, guys. I now live in Northern Europe, Denmark to be exact. It's cold as hell. This is not a place to grow avocados. There's no avocado trees and mango trees. You got to grow it at home and you got to keep them warm. You got to keep them in a pot, keep them in a container, keep them in a warm place. And that means you got to grow avocados and tropical fruits, the kinds of stuff that I like. You got to grow them long term in containers. So I'm going to show you the right container mix because I do get emails and comments and messages and stuff from people living in Europe asking me where to find the good soil, the kind of soils I talk about on my channel. All right. So I'm going to show you because I'm standing right now in a material rockery. You know, the kinds that I've shown on my YouTube channel before back in Southern California, Zone 10. Speaking of Southern California, I've been getting, over the last few months, I haven't done a lot of videos, but I have been getting a lot of emails, messages. People want scions. And I haven't forgotten about you, my friends and my family over there in Southern California. I will be going back soon. And I'll make an announcement on my channel. So all of you that have reached out to me, especially about the Suriname cherry, because I did a Suriname cherry video a few months back, and a lot of people were interested in seeds, scions, and plants. Message me again in about a few weeks. Once I'll make a post on my YouTube channel. I'll make a post on Instagram. I'll let you know when I'm going back to Southern California, and then message me again, and then I'll send you scions and seeds, whatever you're looking for. And of course, as always, avocado scions, mango scions, whatever you need. All right. I'll make a list on the post, tell you what's available, and then you can order it. I haven't forgotten you, my friends in Southern California. To all my friends in Europe, send me your wish list. My friends in Portugal, Spain, Italy, send me your wish list, and I will try to bring back. I'm going to start the migration. We're bringing good genetic materials, avocados, mangoes, Suriname cherries, all the good stuff. I'm going to start bringing them from Southern California, bringing them to Europe, because it seems Europe doesn't have the variety that we have in Southern California. We're gonna change that. I'm gonna make it happen. We're gonna change that. We're gonna slowly bring in heavy hitter varieties of stone fruits, avocados, and all the good stuff to Europe. Okay, exciting times. We're gonna make it happen. But now today we're gonna talk about soil. I'm looking for soil because I have some mangoes and avocados and Suriname cherries that I need to keep in containers long term out here in Europe because we can't grow it outside. So we're here in the rockery. I'm going to show you some good soil. All right, let's look here. Oh, well, here it is. Here in Denmark, they call this Stubemix 016, Stubemix 08. Let me show you this stuff. All right, this is basically sand with rocks. And this is exactly what you want. Let me change the zoom so you guys can see the consistency that I'm looking for when I'm making my container potting mix. This is the good stuff. Try to get it to focus. Sand, all right? Washed sand, clean sand. This is not beach sand. This is not salt sand, with little rocks in it. Let me try to show you the rocks. You could kind of see the rocks here. This is perfect stuff that I found here. I've done a lot of searching. I've been looking all over the place, and I finally found this rockery out here in Jylland, Denmark. All right. There's the rocks. That's exactly what you want. This is going to be the base. The main ingredient of our potting mix is sand with some crushed up rocks. That's the perfect consistency to make a long-term potting mix, container mix that will not rot, that will not decay, that will not kill your plants, that will keep your plants alive, that will keep your plants healthy and growing long-term. We're not going to the big box store to get the fancy colored bags of soil, what they call soil. We're not getting that stuff, okay? We're gonna avoid that, and we're gonna get good stuff. Let me show you this. This is the closest thing to decomposed granite that I found here. They call it brolæggersgrus. Brolæggersgrus. Danish language, crazy, very difficult to learn, but I'm learning it. This is like decomposed granite. This is the closest thing they have to DG out here. That's what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like DG. Yeah, pretty much. Four-legged goose. So there it is, folks. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get stabil goose. No. The Stuba mix, which was here. I'm gonna get some of this, and then we're gonna go get some peat moss, and we'll be good. Oh, and then there's one more ingredient. So stay tuned. I'll show you the last ingredient. We're gonna make soil mix, and then we're gonna get going with some planting. Okay. Again, this is Denmark, Northern Europe. Checking in. This is AJ checking in. I haven't done a video in a while. I just want to give you guys an update. Yeah, big changes. All right, good changes overall. Stay tuned. All right, I'm at a place called Plantorama, and look, I just found a big, nice bag of our next ingredient. That is peat moss, but here they call it sphagnum peat moss. This is it. Big giant bag, 300 liter, which I have to convert that to gallons for you guys. I got to work with liters now and not gallons anymore. Metric system, you know. So this is a huge bag. It's about the same. Oh no, this is a bigger. This is a bigger size bag than the ones they have in Southern California at the Home Depot and stuff. But I'm gonna get one bag of this nice bag of sphagnum, which they call it here, sphagnum peat moss. A lot of people ask me about using coco coir instead of peat moss. I've never used coco coir, so I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. I've only used peat moss. It works really well. It has a little bit lower pH, which a lot of tropical, subtropical plants like mango and avocado actually like and prefer. But yeah, that's what works for me. So I'm going to use it. All right, guys. Got my soil mix. We have Stoba mix here. This is sand. Again, sand plus rocks. Stoba mix. Okay. Then we got Leka. This is a Scandinavian product. I believe it's only in Scandinavia that people use it. It's Leka, L-E-C-A. It stands for lightweight expanded clay aggregate. Basically what it is, they take clay, they heat it up to a very high temperature, and then it becomes like this. It becomes lightweight. And this is used for insulation. This is used for construction. This has many, many uses. But for gardening, it's also used in gardening. And what this does, it's a lightweight thing. It's like perlite, but in a different form, pretty much. A crushed up rock, heated up to a high temperature, just like perlite. And what this does is it provides drainage. That's what we need. We need drainage. And the Leka, which is heated up rocks, provides us with the drainage. All right. And then I have my peat moss down here. I couldn't bring it up on this table because it's way too heavy. All right. It's down here. Sphagnum, as they call it over here in Scandinavia, in Denmark. Okay. All right. Here's my mix. Okay. We're going by volume. We're not going by weight because this sand, the Stoba mix, is a lot heavier than any peat moss. Okay. So I'm going to go by volume. All right. Check it out. One handful. We're going to go another handful. Another handful. That's 3 handfuls. 4. And then 5. Okay. 5 handfuls of the Stoba mix. The sand plus the rocks. Then I'm going to go 4 handfuls of the peat moss. Here's the peat moss. 4 handfuls. Another handful. 1 more handful. And then 1 more. Okay, that's 4. And then for that, I'm going to go 2 handfuls of the Leka. 1 and 2. Okay, so that's the ratio. 5 handfuls of the Stoba mix, 4 handfuls of the peat moss, and then 2 handfuls of the Leka. That's our ratio. 5, 4 to 2. All right. Now I'm going to mix it together. I'm going to mix it all together in this big old pot. I'm going to break up the peat moss because look at this peat moss. It's a little bit different than the peat moss I'm used to back in the U.S. This peat moss comes from Sweden, and the consistency here is much. They don't break it down more. It's much more fibrous. You have to break it down yourself a little bit. It comes in these chunks. It's not as fine as the one it is back in the U.S. So you got to do a little bit of extra work. It becomes like this in the hairs. You see that? I'll try to break that up. Making my mix. And then optional. You can add, this is really important. You can kind of get away with this, but it helps tremendously if you could add this mycorrhiza fungus. It's a beneficial fungus that exists naturally in the soil all over the world. But when we're making our own mix, you got to add a little bit of this. And I got this from a hydroponic store. And a little bit goes a long way. I don't even need to put this much. I'm going to put about, what is that, a teaspoon. That's a teaspoon right there.
In water.
Yeah. All right, we got our mix. Mix it up real well. Real well. Okay, I'm gonna plant an avocado seed today, okay? I have my pot ready. This is a little bit bigger than 1 gallon. Out here in Scandinavia, Europe, this is what they consider to be 1 gallon, but this is slightly bigger than 1 gallon. Here they call it 4 liters. This is a little bit more than 4 liters, I would say. I'm gonna fill this up with my mix. Fill it up to the top. Just like that. Fill it up as high as I can. Filled up. Now, where I'm at, we're very lucky. We have access to something plants love, probably what they love the most, which is rainwater. I'm gonna fill up, we have a jug of rainwater over here, and I'm gonna saturate this mix as well as I can with this jug of rainwater. It's amazing. I love this stuff. Fill that up. Now with this mix, you're gonna notice something. Check this out. I turn off the water, and look how fast things drain through. Look at that. That's drainage. You want that. You need that. That's really key with your soil mix. It has to drain through. All right? And that draining is happening super, super fast. That's a great sign. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I want fast drainage. Avocado trees need that fast drainage. They love water, but they also need fast drainage. Same goes for mangoes. Same goes for chilies. Same goes for guavas. Same goes for a lot of different tropical to subtropical plants that you want to plant. Suriname cherries. The list goes on. This is what you need. This is what you're looking for. Look, this water's been going for like at least 15 seconds. I'm gonna turn it off. Let's watch how fast this water drains through. That is, wow. Fantastic. That's exactly what I want. A little bit more. You got to make sure the peat moss is really, really saturated. It's got to be completely wet. And the way you do that is you place water all in different sections of this pot. So I'm going to move it around a little bit. Make sure every part of the pot is wet. And it is. And we got the drainage going. Now we're going to come back here. I got my seed. Guys, Nimlio avocado seed. I'm going to go ahead and assume that this is the first Nimlio avocado here in Denmark. If you're growing Nimlio avocado, or if you have a Nimlio avocado seed already here in Denmark, let me know. I want to meet you if you have access to Nimlio in Denmark. Here's the first seed. I'm going in. I'm planting it here. Putting it right in the center. Push it down. Put a little bit of force. Cover it with the thinnest layer of soil as I can. The thinnest possible layer, just so I can't see the seed anymore. All right. Then I got some plastic wrap. Which over here they call it hushållningsfilm. Cover that up. All right. Cover it up completely. Get a rubber band. All right. Put the rubber band around the film. Make sure there's no air getting in. Make sure it's airtight as you can make it. We're not poking holes in here. We're not poking holes in the saran wrap. We're creating our own mini greenhouse. Even though I'm in a greenhouse right now, we're doing a double greenhouse actually. This is a greenhouse within a greenhouse. But what this does, this just speeds everything up. You're giving it, makes things almost 100% humidity, and that just makes seeds grow a lot faster. Now I'm going to take this and we're going to place it over here. Oh, we got to make a place for this.
All you put.
Let's make a place for this. Let me put that there, guys. These have already been growing. All right, we got mango seedlings already growing with this in this mix using this method. All right, here we go. I'm gonna put this here, and we're gonna leave it there. Okay, this place gets morning sun, and then it gets late afternoon sun. So that's exactly what I want. I don't want hot midday sun. Too much sun, too much heat can hurt this because it's really it's a tender thing, and too much heat in this kind of a situation that I've set up here, it can cook the seeds. So morning sun, late afternoon sun. I believe that's east and there's west. So try to find a place like that. And then every time, guys, check this out. Check this out. Every time I do a video using this method, using this plastic wrap method, I get a lot of hate, a lot of comments, a lot of naysayers, a lot of negativity. People tell me this method doesn't work, it sucks, it's bad, and whatever. It works for me. You should do what works for you, okay? But I'm telling you, this method I do, it gets results. For me at least, right? Like, let me show you this. I haven't poked holes in this. I haven't removed this plastic wrap and added more water. You don't need to do that. That's not necessary. The whole point of this plastic wrap method creates its own little ecosystem environment that you don't need to do anything until the seedling grows. Now I'm going to unwrap this. This is like a Christmas gift. Look at that.
Wow.
The mango seed has sprouted. And guys, look what I got. I'm very happy to have this here in Scandinavia, in Denmark, the sweetheart mango. It's from seed. If you're growing sweetheart mango already here in Denmark, let me know. I want to meet you. I want to be your friend. But here I have a sweetheart mango from seed, and I think I'm one of the first to have it here. And I want to hopefully encourage people to grow mangoes. Yes, even here in cold, chilly Denmark. All right, you can do it. You can do it with this mix, with this method. It's doable. Every time I do a soil video, I have to give a shout out to my main man, Gary Matsuoka of Laguna Hills Nursery, who taught me all I know about soil. So shout out to Gary. Thank you very much. Shout out to all the people who have supported me on my journey so far. Shout out to all of you, and keep doing what you love. Keep doing what's important. Keep pursuing your passions because you matter. You are important, and we need people like you. Thank you for watching as usual. Like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Take care. Bye.